Hello, good day viewers. If you can recall, this is exactly the problem we solved day before yesterday, where we obtained two real solutions, -1 and the cube root of 2. But someone asked, what about the rest of the 4 solutions? Because we have a degree of 6. Therefore, we expect what? 6 solutions. But the rest of the 4 are said to be complex. So in this tutorial, we are going to find those 4 complex solutions. Let's get started. Let me rearrange this equation as x to the power of 3 but raised to the power of 2, which is the same thing as x to the power of 6. Then we have minus x to the power of 3. Then if this one crosses over, it becomes -2, and this is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation in terms of x to the power of 3. We can also factorize it. Just think of two numbers that you can multiply to get -2, but when you add them together, you get -1, and the numbers are -2 and +1. So we have x to the power of 3 plus 1, then multiplied by x to the power of 3 minus 2, and this is equal to 0. And I know all these two factors can also be factorized because we can write them in difference and sum of 2 cubes. Let's do that. This is the same thing as x to the power of 3 plus 1 to the power of 3, which is the same thing as 1, right? And this one also x to the power of 3 minus the cube root of 2, but raised to the power of 3. This is equal to 0. So how do we factorize sum and difference of 2 cubes? Let me write that formula for you so that you can recall. A to the power of 3 plus b to the power of 3 is equal to a plus b multiplied by a squared minus ab plus b squared. This is the formula. And if you have minus here, you use minus here and plus here. That's just the difference. So now let us factorize these two factors. The first one, we have x plus 1. Then you should multiply that with a squared, that is x squared. Then minus ab, but a is x, b is 1, so x times 1 is x. Then plus b squared, which is 1 squared is 1. Going to the next one, we have x minus the cube root of 2, then multiplied by x squared. This time around, we're going to have plus, right? Then x times cube root of 2, that is cube root of 2x. Then plus the last one, if you square this, you're going to get cube root of 4. So we have cube root of 4. The whole of this equal to 0. All right, now we are going to set each factor to be equal to 0. Let me start with these two factors because that's where we're going to obtain real solutions. So we have x plus 1 equal to 0, which implies that x is what? Equal to -1. This is our first solution. Then let me take x minus the cube root of 2. If you set this equal to 0, it implies that x is equal to the cube root of 2. Another solution. So now let me take this and this. Let me start with the first one, x squared minus x plus 1. X squared minus x plus 1 equal to 0. This cannot be factorized. Therefore, we are going to use general formula. Remember our formula, x equal to minus b plus or minus into square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now let us substitute. Remember the leading coefficient is a, this is b, and this is c. So therefore x equal to minus b, but b is -1, which is the coefficient of x, plus or minus into square root of b squared, that is -1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is also 1. You divide this by 2a. A is 1. Let's simplify. X is equal to minus 1 is 1 plus or minus into square root of negative 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times 1 times 1 is 4. Divide by 2 times 1, which is 2. This is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 3 divided by 2, which is equal to what? 1 plus or minus square root of 3i divided by 2. And this is just another two complex solutions which we can split if we like. X could either be equal to, I can even split it as 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 2 root of 3i, or the other one, 1 divided by 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 2 is all the same thing, please. So these are two solutions. We have two other solutions from this equation. Let me take this and set it to be equal to 0. All right, we are going to apply the general formula again. We have x to be equal to, and therefore x is equal to minus b, and b is cube root of 2. So we have cube root of 2 plus or minus into square root of b squared. This is our b. If you square that, you're going to obtain cube root of 4. So we have cube root of 4 here minus 4 times a. What is a? A is 1. Then c is what? Cube root of 4. Divide by 2 times a, 2 times 1. X is equal to minus the cube root of 2 plus or minus into square root of what? If you observe, this is just 4 cube root of 4, and this is 1 cube root of 4. If you subtract, you're going to obtain negative 3 cube root of 4. Divide by 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. So we have x to be equal to minus the cube root of 2 plus or minus square root of negative 3 multiplied by square root of the cube root of 4 divided by 2. And you know that this is what? Square root of 3i. But let me simplify this. X equal to minus 2 raised to the power of what? 1 divided by 3. You know this is the same thing as this one. Plus or minus square root of 3i, then multiplied by, how can we simplify this? It is the same thing as the square root of what? 4 raised to the power of 1 divided by 3, right? Divide by 2. This is equal to minus 2 raised to the power of 1 divided by 3 plus or minus square root of 3i multiplied by, you know, 4 can be written as 2 squared, and that squared will cancel the square root. So we have 2 raised to the power of 1 divided by 3 divided by 2. All right. So this is now equal to negative 2 raised to the power of 1 over 3. Divide by this 2 because I want to split the fraction. Divide by 2. Then plus or minus 2 raised to the power of 1 divided by 3. Divide by that same 2. Multiplied by square root of 3i. So all we need to simplify are this, and we're good to go. This is equal to minus 2 raised to the power of 1 over 3 minus 1. Apply one of the laws of the indices. You know this has a power of 1. Plus or minus 2 raised to the power of 1 over 3, then minus 1 multiplied by square root of 3i. This is equal to minus 2 raised to the power of negative 2 divided by 3, right? Plus or minus 2 raised to the power of negative 2 divided by 3 square root of 3i. And because the exponents are negative, we can drop them down, right? So this is equal to minus 1 divided by 2 raised to the power of 2 over 3 plus or minus 1 divided by, okay, I can even take this one to the top. We have root 3i divided by 2 raised to the power of 2 over 3. And hence, this is just the solution to this problem. If you like, you can split it because we have plus or minus. One could be positive and the other one be negative. These are the values of x. So now we have 2 here. We have 2 here, making 4, 5, 6. We have 6 solutions. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye-bye.